Hello guys, today we're going to be replacing the fan control module, which is straight ahead, that big black plastic rectangular looking thing with the two connectors coming off the bottom. Yeah, that's what we're going to replace. So, we're going to do it from underneath the car. There's two bolts. You can see the rusty heads of the bolts. Hurt my fingers at if I could focus. So we're going to have to remove this battery. See those two bolts there? This is what it looks like. I got a brand new one. There's the part number. And I got this from ECS Tuning. That's how much it was. Let's go ahead and open this up. This is a genuine one. Don't go cheap on these guys. These can be troublesome. So get a good quality one. I recommend getting it right from Volkswagen. This is what it looks like. It has a 4-pin connector and a 14-pin connector. That's how it's held on by those two bolts. So we're going to go ahead and remove that one that's in there now. We're going to go ahead by starting underneath here, remove the belly pan. Okay, I'm underneath the vehicle, and there's the fan control module. It's on the left side. And the worst part about this is probably going to be trying to disconnect these connectors. You can see the 14-pin you have to grab from the front here. And I don't know why the fan's just kicked on. That's odd. I'm going to disconnect the battery to be safe. Okay, both terminals are disconnected. Remember, remove your negative first, then positive. Alright, safety first. Okay, here we go. Now, this one here, if you grab like this with your thumb, it should pull straight down then. This is going to be tough, I know it. Not even budging. And this one in the back, you have to grab on that left side there. See that little plastic piece in the bottom? You have to pinch that in and pull straight down. So, yeah. I'm going to get some gloves on, and I know I'm going to have to grip these pretty tightly. Okay, I have the connectors removed. Now we can go on the top and remove the battery. Alright, to remove the battery we have to remove that 13mm hold down bolt right here. But to give ourselves better access, we're going to go ahead and remove these two screws and remove this cover. Alright, now we can go ahead and remove the battery. This battery has a nice little handle on it. Be careful, it is heavy. Okay, now we can remove this battery tray. There's 4 10mm bolts. That's loose. We have one more 10mm bolt right back here. Remove that, and then we should be able to get that battery tray out of there. Looks like there should be one back over here too, but there isn't one. It's missing. I forgot one bolt back here by the airbox. It's also 10mm. I should be able to get this out of here now. Okay, there we go. Now if we look down here, it gives us more room to those two bolts. Those are also 10mm. There we go. One's loose. Okay. That one's loose too. Just go ahead and slowly loosen these up the whole way. And you're going to want to support that control module with the other hand because it will fall once you get these nuts and bolts off. Be careful not to lose them. They're not that long. Okay, there's the last one. And now the fan control module is out. Alright, so this is a good time to clean these ground wires up. Down here, you just have to remove these 8-core nuts. You'll need a deep well socket for that. There's 3 areas here. I have a video on that as well. I'll post it in the description. While I was at it, I popped this cover off looking for any corrosion. These wires look pretty good. But these wires here for the 14-pin connector, I have corrosion right there. The insulation actually broke away. So that doesn't look good. Alright guys, I have the new control module mounted in position. Before I continue though, I'm going to repair this wire here. I think this is my problem right here. That insulation just is torn away and that wire is severed. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it is. So I need to replace this 14 pin connector. It's in bad shape anyway. We're missing that plastic piece here. That's probably why I had a hard time trying to pull it out. So I'm going to go ahead and do some research and try to find one of these. Even if I have to get a used one, I'll do that and then pigtail it. Alright, I found this connector on eBay for about $18. I got pretty lucky. So I'm going to go ahead and take this tape off here and then strip these wires and try to solder it in place here. So I'm going to cut this off and try to replace it. You can see how bad that wire is cut there. This is a 14 pin connector. You can see that pin there is not used. Focus, there we go. It looks like pin number 12 is not used. There's a plug in there, and just to make sure this matches. Okay, it helps to have a good pair of wire strippers like these, and I already have this one done, but that's about how much you want to strip off of each one of these. So we'll continue on down the line here. Just want to stick it in about that much and just spin it back and forth. It cuts that insulation, and then you just pull it and it strips it just like that. Just continue on down the line and do all 13 wires. Okay, these wires are stripped and ready to go. So now I come in here and I'm going to take this tape off, starting from down here. Take all this tape off and then cut the connector off and strip all these wires back, and then hopefully I'll be ready to solder. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to do these one at a time. I have one wire cut already, this white wire, which is pin number 2. And it matches this white wire on this connector that I purchased. It's pin number 2 as well. So what we need to do first is get your piece of heat shrink tubing. If you're going to choose to do it this way, you don't have to, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to slide it over top of this wire and out of the way. Make sure it's far away from the heat source. When you solder, you don't want it to shrink, and then you won't be able to slide it. So we'll take these 2 strands of wire and push them together, or you can twist them so they stay together. I'm just going to fan these out each side. And I'll just push these together so they interlock like that. And then we can apply the solder and hopefully they stay attached there. Be careful you don't get burnt while doing this. Okay, these wires are secure, nice and tight. So we can slide our insulation or our heat shrink tubing up over the joint like so, and this is where you can use a heat gun, or if you don't have a heat gun, you can use a blow dryer. That'll work just enough to heat this up so it'll shrink over that connection. Alright, we have one wire complete here. We have 12 more to go. Just continue the same process for each wire. Alright, I finally got all of my connections soldered. This is what it looks like. Not too bad. So now what I'm going to do is get some electrical tape and tape this up just like they had from the factory, kind of like what this looks like here. I'll start down here and I'll kind of twist this around like this and try to get it nice and clean looking. And then we can go ahead and put this up into place underneath. It's a little tedious, but with some patience you guys can do it. It took me a while to do all this, but got it done. Alright, we have it all taped up. It looks pretty good, just like factory. So we're going to tuck everything away, these little channels, and close this cover. Just snaps down to place. Okay. Alright, now we can go underneath and finish these connections. Alright, let's take this connector here. This goes right up here in the back. And last but not least, this guy. Okay, hopefully this works. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything back together, the battery, everything, and then see if the AC works. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on this AC. Yep, I just heard the compressor kick in. Make sure the fans are both running out here. Let's see if it's getting cold in there. Oh yeah. We got AC, baby. Awesome. Another job well done. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked it. Hope it helps you out. Please subscribe and check out all of my other Volkswagen videos. Take care. See you in the next one.